Hello and welcome. Welcome to our 8-8 Abundance Activation Call. I'm for the first time simultaneously broadcasting this via video, audio, and webcast. So we're focusing on all things working out in harmony, and we're going to have some fun. Today is August 8th, and regardless of when you listen or watch or experience today's call, it doesn't really matter. You will get the same energies because in the hologram, when I bring in all the information, that the audio, video, everything gets connected to a live interactive matrix or information. So regardless of when you watch or when you listen or how often, you will get the same benefit, and most likely you will get more benefits in the future. So, today's agenda is really to help you break through some of your abundance limitations. And first of all, what is abundance? The way I define abundance is it's a flow of all things in harmony. So that means your life is in harmony. The flow of financial abundance, love, joy, harmony, collaboration, communication, and all things that are important for you and important in your life, they are all working in harmony. They're all working well together, and your life is nice mood, and you can do things with ease and grace. So that's what abundance is. Money is only a small part of it, even though sometimes we make money as the biggest thing, because if that doesn't work, and if you're having trouble with finances, seems like nothing else works. So what do you do in that case? You need to shift not just your idea, but deep inside your resonance to allowing things in the most harmonious and joyful way, and allowing abundance in the most harmonious and joyful way. So that means you're opening up the flow of love, joy, harmony, abundance, collaboration, prosperity, money, everything. So when we have that mindset, it works better. It's a more enhancing for our life, and things seem to just get better. And time to time challenges will show up, things will show up, interesting things will happen. When that happens, remember that all possibilities exist in this universe. So you want to shift out of why something is happening and what is wrong and what is not working, and what is that word problem, what is the problem. So you want to get out of those mindset, because when you're attracted or when you're connected to them, you will keep absorbing that energy. So you want to get out of that mindset and those vibrations as fast as possible by asking yourself a simple question: what would I rather attract? Or what would I rather create? Or what would I rather manifest? See what works best for you based on the situation. So when we play with all these options and possibilities, and you keep asking yourself these questions that are empowering about attracting solutions, then the flow of abundance can open up in a more harmonious and joyful way for you. So today, we want to play with those possibilities. And those of you who are familiar with my classes or programs or processes, you know that after a little bit of intro, I go into what I call a journey or meditation, and I take you through a cosmic journey. And together we do a lot of processes in the background. And when I'm doing the journey, often I'm quiet a lot, because when I'm quiet, I'm actually scanning information in the hologram about all who are participating, whether now, whether a month from now, whether 6 months from now, it doesn't matter. Your information will show up in the hologram, because outside of our normal space-time continuum, everything is happening simultaneously. So I will tune into that data flow. I will notice that, because for me, those options and those information show up in front of me in the holograms. It's almost like I have a virtual control panel in front of me. That's why, if you watch me, then a lot of times you may notice that I'm moving my hands around and I'm doing things with my hands. It's because I'm touching different panels. I'm, dragging and dropping things. I'm initiating different processes, or sometimes writing different codes or algorithms or subroutines. So that's why my hands move, especially those of you who are used to watching me live or, now via video. So, that's just the information that I play with. Notice your sensations, notice your thoughts, notice the images that may pop up, notice your feelings, notice anything else that you notice in any way, shape, or form, whether you have a knowingness or whether you get information through sound or through visuals or through other ways. Simply notice the information. Okay. So when you notice and you notice some changes or shifts that are happening, then your analytical mind can say, oh, I noticed that shift. I noticed these type of sensations. That means something is happening. So watch out for that. Okay. So when we talk about abundance and what we want to do, especially today, is really to look at what is the next level of information that you want to get, and in the next 12 months, what are some of the things that you would love to see and experience aligned for you. So we want to open up those options and possibilities so that bit by bit, layer by layer, transformation that needs to happen to you so that you can align with the information to receive them. You can go through those transformation or inner shifts in the most harmonious and joyful way, and then receive your manifestation energies and alignment and all the things that you desire. So think about a year, because a lot of times we overestimate a month and we underestimate a year or 3 years or 5 years. So think about a year from today until the next 8/8, double infinity day. What would you like to see happen in your life? What changes would you like to experience? What would you like to attract? How would you like to design or redesign the flow of money, flow of love, flow of relationships with other people, with yourself, flow of vibrant health, flow of maybe launching your own programs, your books, your music, or anything else that you want to bring out to the world for other, or launching your services so you can help your clients or patients or community more. What are some of those things that you would like to achieve or accomplish or create or manifest in the next 12 months? Think about that. So begin to have that in the back of your mind, so that as we go through the process and as you listen or experience today's journey and processing, throughout the month or throughout the year, then you can continue to focus on those things. The other thing is, today is a very powerful day. We already have 2/8. We had a lunar eclipse. We have a solar eclipse coming up. There's a lot of cosmic energies that are moving and spiraling through us and the planet. And today is also known as the Lion's Gate. A lot of times people refer to that particular alignment because a lot of cosmic alignment is happening in the background too. So we want to tap into that energy also, and that energy is connected to Leo, and especially the star or the royal star Regulus. So in today's journey, I'll bring in all these energies, and we will play with designing and enhancing your life and your reality for the next 12 months, and go beyond your limitations so that step by step You can keep moving up and have that vision to enhance your life by 8%. You don't have to put a time limit or anything. Notice what's comfortable for you. You want to make sure that your system accepts that, okay, I think I can do that in 3 months or in 1 month or in 5 months. Whatever is comfortable for you, go with that. Don't do something that your brain can go, you know what, that's too much. I'm just going to take a break. So stretch yourself a little bit. So that's why I'm saying have the focus of enhancing your life, enhancing your abundance by 8%. And again, abundance meaning all things in harmony that are priorities for you. So you want to enhance your life by 8%. And, internally, in your heart, in your mind, set up that time for you. What works best for you, so that you're not rushing, you're not stressed out, you don't want to be stressed out. You want to give yourself enough time so that you can make the process fun. Okay? So let's play with that energy and let's really create a lot of magic and miracles for you and for the next 12 months. Now, the other thing I want to mention is if you want to, for example, launch a company or you have initiatives that you want to take in the next 12 months, you plan to do it before the next 8/8. So what I would recommend you to do that is that energetically in the hologram, set those things up today so you're empowered by the infinity energies. It is 8/8 and it is also 2017, 17th year is 7 plus 1 is another 8. So we kind of have almost triple 8 influence, if you leave out the 20, so we can trick ourselves a little bit so that we feel better. So, we have a bunch of these cosmic alignments and energy flowing through Earth and through us. So initiatives that are important to you, major decisions, major family decisions, or other types of decisions or priorities that you have, begin to set up your foundation today, okay, on 8/8. So then you are empowered by the infinity energy and all the cosmic energies that are coming in and they're spiraling through us and the planet today. Let us begin our journey and processing and integration today. Gently close your eyes. Focus on your heart and begin to breathe in and out. Allow spiraling earth energy to come up through your lower chakras and your feet. Ground yourself. And allow the spiraling rays of the sun to come down through your higher chakras and your crown. Allow these energies to spiral through you up and down, creating a vortex between the earth and the sun. Allow the energies to get stronger. And let's also activate or refresh your harmonic shield. It helps you to create your personal power vortex. I'm setting up a triangle energy vortex, and it's enhanced with Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. The three of our immediate cosmic bodies are coming together and creating this energetic triangle. And as a group, let's go above and beyond our normal three-dimensional plane, and through a cosmic opening, I will take you slightly up to a higher level or a higher plane of existence, or connect with a higher level of consciousness. You're still empowered by the triangle of Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. And allow the spiraling rays of the Sun and the healing energies from the Earth and Moon acting as a controller for a lot of the energetic gateways. Allow all the energies to spiral through the triangle and through you in a harmonious way. Let's begin to raise your vibration. Let's take a look at connections that exist now for you that creates lack, limitation, resistance, issues, challenges, and disharmony around abundance, around prosperity, around success, around receiving, around allowing your life to be easy. Those connections show up for me in the hologram. And I will begin to diffuse those connections and one by one unplug you from them. And at the same time, I will also begin to bring in the lessons that you need to learn so that you can rise above them. In your mind and in your heart, focus on enhancing your life by 8%. Focus on opening up the flow of abundance in all areas of your life by 8% while I do some processing in the background. And notice your sensations as you go through the experience. I will use some of the holographic tools for you. If you have them, you can also use them with me. Imagine or visualize dirty water coming out of you, your bank accounts, your family, your home, office, business, and from your priorities. The dirty water represents things that are not beneficial for you, things that are holding you back, connections that are not empowering. Let's begin to dissolve them, and let's begin to uninstall as many as you're ready to uninstall and shift at the moment. I'm setting up a gentle abundance vortex inside the triangle, empowered by the earth, the moon, and the rays of the sun, and their highest level of consciousness. You can imagine or visualize a golden vortex inside this triangle, and allow that vortex to spiral through your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your beliefs, in your home, office, business, and through your chakras, your meridians, your cells, atoms, and your DNA. Allow the abundance energy to gradually expand and fill up your entire reality, and allow it to spiral through all of your initiatives and ideas and priorities for the next 12 months. Allow the energies to gradually get stronger for you. I will also take a look at your timeline and your soul's journey. And let's look at resistance to allowing things to flow to you with ease and grace. Let's look at resistance or old contracts, vows, agreements around financial abundance, prosperity, around opening up a flow of love, joy, harmony, collaboration, vibrant health in all areas. Allow abundance to show up in all areas of your life. From your timeline, let's begin to dissolve non-beneficial energies, information, and connections. I will send out gentle waves through you to all of your connections in different timelines that are causing disharmony from receiving a stronger flow of abundance. Now I will create some rotations for your reality to allow the reality to align more with a stronger flow of energy information around abundance, success, prosperity, and a stronger alignment with your soul's vision. Simply notice your sensations and notice anything that you experience. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently. Inside your triangle, I will now bring in the energy matrix of the star Regulus. Regulus is a royal star that brings in a lot of enhancements, collaboration, influence, empowerment, and alignment with your higher vision. Regulus also helps you to create major impacts on the planet. Allow a gentle mist from the star Regulus to come in and spiral through you. Allow that energy to come in through your higher chakras and your crown. Allow it to spiral through you, through your cells, atoms, DNA, your chakras, meridians, and through your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and beliefs. You can join the index and the thumb fingers of both hands together. That creates a closed circuit. So you keep circulating the energy and information inside you. Allow the abundance vortex inside the triangle and the energy matrix of the star Regulus to get stronger inside your closed circuit. Allow your cells and your DNA and your brain to absorb more information and a stronger flow of abundance, success, and prosperity energies. Let's simply be quiet for a few minutes. Keep breathing in and out. Have your index and thumb fingers at the tips touch. Create that closed circuit and allow the abundance energy to spiral through you. I will also run the holographic program Restore Inner Abundance to give you an extra boost. So notice your sensations. Allow that vortex to get stronger and stronger for you. And think about enhancing your life by 8%. Think about your initiatives and priorities for the next 12 months, working out in the most harmonious and joyful and prosperous ways. Bit by bit, keep transforming information that's not beneficial for you anymore. Uninstall them from your system and from your reality, and keep absorbing a stronger flow of abundance energy. Allow your heart to open up more. Allow an abundance vortex to connect your heart with your brain. Let's breathe in and out deeply. I will now send out a wave from this moment and allow that wave to spiral through every day of your life for the next 12 months, especially. Allow the waves of abundance to go back and forth in time, but the primary focus is the next 12 months. In your mind and in your heart, allow all these days of the next 12 months to become golden and vibrant. Allow solutions to spiral through them easily. Allow your cells to embody these energies. Integrate the solution matrices. Allow all your priorities and all of your initiatives to work out in the most harmonious and joyful way, and in a way that's aligned with your highest vision and soul purpose. Imagine there is a reload and refresh button. Press that button in your mind to reload and refresh your entire reality, just like refreshing a web browser on your computer. Allow your entire reality to reload with all the new information and energies and beneficial connections. Allow more and more people living in an abundance vibration to show up in your life so you can collaborate more, you can play more, and you can absorb more abundance vibration. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently a few more times. Let's express our gratitude to the sun, to the moon, to the earth, to the star Regulus, and all who helped us today. Let's journey back to your normal space-time, bringing in all the upgrades and enhancements. Come back to your present moment. Rub your hands together and gently open your eyes. Welcome back. Well, that was fun and powerful. So moving forward, you can experience the processing multiple times or as often as you would like, and simply focus on raising your abundance vibration. And again, abundance meaning all these priorities in your life working out in harmony. So allow your abundance vibration to go up by 8%. And don't stress yourself thinking what you have to do and what you're supposed to do. When you let go and step back and simply play with the concepts, play with abundance, play with reality, then the changes happen faster because you're not holding on to the energy and information. Because think about, a glass of water. If I hold on to it too tightly and I'm thinking about, well, more abundance, more money, more love, more vibrant health, and all the magic and miracles need to go inside the glass or the cup, but I'm holding on to it so tightly that there is no space, right? It has a hard time going through my hands. So, we do that with abundance and with energy. We hold on to certain things like so tightly that we don't allow cosmic energy and universal flow of abundance to come to us. So whenever you notice that you're experiencing things that are not beneficial, or you are in a position that is not working for you and you would love to change certain things, instead of going into a downward spiraling mode of what and why and all the issues, step back from it. Literally take a physical step back and ask yourself, what would I rather experience? What would be the perfect scenario for this, where everything works out for me? What would be the most magical solution for myself, for my company, for my family, for anybody who's a priority, or anything that's a priority for you and for your loved ones? So ask those questions. The moment you step back and ask those questions, what you allow is you allow a stronger flow of cosmic energies to spiral through you. And you let go of your hands from the top of that cup so that more information can come in, more water can go into that cup. More energy can go into your reality. You're not holding on to it so tightly that you're preventing flow. Like if you hold on to your hands like too strong, you're gonna stop blood from flowing, and it's gonna hurt, after a little while. So, we do that often. Let's not do that. Let's, create a note. You can write it on let's say, sticky note, like I have some sticky notes, and you can play with those. Just write down a few things that are important for you. Write down the question: what would I rather attract? What would I rather create? What would I rather manifest? And the moment, or whenever you look at those questions, go into creation mode. So play with these energies, play with creation energy, play with the tools, keep raising your abundance vibration and threshold. It's not a one-day task. The way you brush your teeth every day, multiple times a day, to keep your teeth healthy, you need to run these tools and continue to focus on a stronger flow of abundance to keep your abundance vibration healthy. Now, you don't only brush your teeth before you go into the dentist, right? So, let's not do that with abundance, that you do something now on 8/8 every year. Well, that's going to take you a lot more effort. So let's do something every day. What I recommend is play 5 to 10 minutes a day or a few minutes a day, multiple times throughout the day. You make up your schedule, but do something every day. The way you brush your teeth multiple times a day, you play with abundance, possibility, creation, and things that are important for you, things that are priorities in your life. Play with possibilities and the best case scenarios and attracting those solutions towards you every day. So 5 to 10 minutes a day is, basic minimum. Because if you don't even spend 5 to 10 minutes a day to create your reality, your future, nobody else is doing that for you. Nobody else can maintain your vibration. Nobody else can maintain your energy. Only you can do that. So let's do that. Let's play big this month, and let's play big for the next 12 months. And when you have that goal or vision, once you begin to continue with the process, or as you continue with the process, you will notice that after 6 weeks or after 2 months or after 3 months, major shifts are happening. A lot of times the way things happen when you begin a process is, sometimes you go up a little bit, then there's sometimes more like a flat, experience where things like you feel like everything is flat. Sometimes you feel like you're going down a little bit because a lot of stuff is coming up. Stuff is coming up because they're inside you. So you're releasing them, shifting them, flushing them out of your system. You're not really going down or backwards. You're just getting those things flushed out that causes disharmony for you. And once they pass out of your system, then you keep going up and up and up again. Okay. Natural flow is up and down, day and night. Think about ocean waves, high tide, low tide. Think about winds, high pressure, low pressure. So that's a natural flow. But instead of going up and down, as you play with this energy, you will still go up and down, but it will be more like a tangent. So your lowest point a year from now is still going to be much higher than your highest point today. So that's the goal, that's the vision. Let's keep playing, let's keep exploring. Now, as you explore these, I will send up a follow-up email with some action steps. Make sure you take some of these action steps. There are lots of programs that I offer, especially every first of the first weekday of each month. I have an abundance call that you can join, and the information gets emailed to you. So play with that energy. And recently I've been playing with your entire enteric nervous system. That's starting from your mouth, the esophagus, the intestine, the stomach, and all the energies that are stored there. And many of the information were absorbed directly when you were in the room, and a lot of the parental information, lack, limitation came in. So very soon I'm gonna open up a new program for dissolving lack, limitations, frustrations, and the restrictions around abundance, possibilities, receiving from your enteric nervous system and the associated organs. Recently I have done a similar class, and everybody felt such a huge shift because it was subject specific. So I figured, based on a lot of the feedback and requests, that let's do one for abundance. So that's coming up. I'll let you know. Play with that energy, and let's really decide to go big and play in mega ways, whatever mega means to you. Doesn't mean you need to do something globally. Whatever mega means to you, focus on that. Okay, so let's have fun. Have a magical rest of your day, rest of the month. When you create success, email support@lifeharmonized.com. I would love to hear from you and love to hear your success and prosperity. So take care. Have a magical rest of your day, and Keep having fun with abundance. Now I'm going to open up the lines. If you have any question or if you want to share any experience, I'll be on the line for a little longer. Let's take a look at some of the information. And first I'm going to take a look at the webcast and see if there are questions specific. And as I mentioned earlier, today's call and videos being broadcasted through multiple media and different software and different programs. So I'm going to take a look at a bunch of these. Let's take a look at the webcast. A lot of you are expressing gratitude, and Sarah, you mentioned 88% a few times. I'm guessing you're wondering about 88% increase instead of 8. If your system allows that, that's great, but generally for most people, that's not something we are comfortable with right away. So, 8% and continue with 8%. 8% doesn't mean 8% in 1 year. It could be 8% a month. So just play with, as fast as possible in the most harmonious and joyful way. You want to raise your threshold by 8%. And once that happens, you continue to focus on 8% increase. You're always focusing on 8% increase, 8% more love, 8% more magic, 8% more financial abundance, 8% more prosperity. So, that's a standard for you, constantly going up. So play that way. A lot of you are expressing a lot of gratitude, and great, awesome. I don't see any questions on the webcast. There is a hand raised. I'm gonna unmute your line. Last 4 digits are 8393. Yes, that's you. And those of you who are on the video, you're not gonna hear the question. I will just repeat it. Okay. So toward the middle of the process, you experienced a lot of heat, and then you got nauseous. Yes, a lot of times when that happens, it's that spiraling movement, because the nausea, nausea most likely, what's popping up is the rotations that I did in the hologram for your realities to get some of that information more aligned. Even though it sounds simple, but think about the entire universe rotating, like that's a huge shift. So sometimes, I've noticed when I do that, that creates a stronger reaction. So so the heat sensation that you felt, that could be releasing, if that's how your system gives you a signal about releasing, but simply notice that. So a lot of that is inner transformation and things that are happening for you. Awesome. Thanks for your question. Now, let me take a look at also the video, and if there are questions here. A lot of you are expressing gratitude. Thanks. Leslie is saying, very cold right hand and arm. You had a vision of lion roaring right as soon as you entered the journey, or as soon as we entered the journey. That's awesome. I'm just scanning to see if there are any specific questions, or a lot of you are sharing experience. That's really great. As I mentioned, I'm going through multiple systems, so just hang on for a little bit. And those of you who are on the phone, you haven't watched the video will be posted, so you can watch the video too at any, whenever it works for you. Question from, I guess, Anka. What should I do more than today's session to improve a downward spiraling that's happening to me, to you since last year? So you can take a look at the enteric system class, because we're going to go much deeper into your entire system, the physical system, where a lot of cellular imprints and memories are stored around lack, limitations, restrictions, for abundance, based on your life experience, based on information that got passed down from your previous generations. So we can dissolve that. Thanks for getting all the energy moving. A lot of you are writing in your sensations. Some of you are saying, yes, you had also nausea a little bit. Let's see. You really felt the royal star Regulus. Heart overflows with gratitude. From Norma, the energy vortex felt as though it was moving counterclockwise. Well, a lot of times, if I create a counter-rotating vortex, it's both. But a lot of times, counterclockwise is to release, to decompose, to flush things out, and clockwise is to create. However, here's the thing though, depends on how you're looking at it. A clockwise energy coming in from the sun, and when you're looking at the sun, for you, if it looks clockwise, if you're in the sun, then you look at Earth, that's going to be counterclockwise. So same energy, depending on how you're looking at it, could be is clockwise and counterclockwise both at the same time. So notice how the energy flows when you are in alignment with it, and when you're simply in tune with it, then you will just notice the sensation. It doesn't really matter. So let me just scanning. So a lot of you are sharing experience, and let's see, some of you have felt a lot of jolting, and let's see. A question about what must one do if a son or daughter makes a wrong choice and is being drawn to wrong people and negative energies. So the first thing is, for me, the way I would look at it is, let's detach from right, wrong. Let's detach from positive, negative. We want to focus on creation energy. We want to focus on possibilities. And sometimes people make choices based on what's showing up, because when we all want, we all have certain ideas about others, but a lot of times, that clashes with somebody else's point of view. So you want to focus on what is the best case scenario that you would love to attract without imposing anything, because that's like holding on to something or somebody too tightly. You're going to create more disharmony. So step back, think about the best case scenario, run different tools, flush out disharmony, flush out issues, challenges from everybody involved, bring in a lot of abundance energy, bring in a lot of love, bring in a lot of healing, allow those energies to spiral through you and family and other people, and allow everyone's vibration to go up, and really keep focusing on what would I rather experience, what would I rather notice, what would I rather allow or attract. So keep focusing on those possibilities and scenarios, and release the issues or resistance that you have inside you. Once that gets flushed out, then you can focus more in an easy way about things that you would love to experience and most magical solutions, and that can come towards you more easily. Let's see. This is beautiful and powerful. As we rebooted, you felt a strong jolt through you, and you're excited for what's in store. Thanks, Shivana. And let's see. What can I do to resolve some of the depression and chemical sensitivities? So, think about uninstalling depression. Whatever issues or events or scenarios cause those in your life, in your mind, uninstall them. You can run the rings of harmony, while you work with any healthcare practitioner that's helping you run the rings of harmony, flush out dirty water issues, challenges at full force from all the events that created all these issues and disharmony, and focus on what you would rather experience, what you would rather manifest, bring in a lot of Earth's healing energy. And a lot of times this is related to information that goes into the body in the form of food. So when it comes to functional medicine and a lot of naturopathic medicine, people who are doctors who actually can analyze everything and they look at the whole system, they would have different points of view. A lot of times we're noticing from all the research today is that a huge amount of these issues are showing up in us because of what we eat and what we drink. And we are getting bombarded by all kinds of artificial things and sugar and chemicals and sweeteners and things that are written, things that are not written. So certainly pay attention to the food that you eat also. Again. Now, let's see, Penelope has a hand up. Let me unmute your line.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you very much for that. I really enjoyed that. There was only one thing. I think I've been saying for months now, I keep getting this like a block on my crown chakra, and it seems to be getting stronger the more I try to release it. It's almost like someone's got a plug and just putting a plug at the top of my head. And I've tried the rings of harmony and I keep doing it every day. But today my fridge, the more I try to unblock it, the motor of my fridge just started going crazy. So can you see anything there? Is there anything that you can sense or?
So, when that shows up, since there are lots of, others asking questions, and then I would have to open up the option of everybody doing scanning. So, quickly what I would recommend is notice timeline issues. So think about your entire timeline showing up in front of you, and anywhere there is issues and any events that cause disharmony, that's causing you to experience any resistance in the crown chakra and in the field. Allow those issues, events to show up in red in front of you, just in your mind. Have those in red as red circles, and then run the rings of harmony on those red circles. Think about running the energy vortex on those red circles. So energetically and in the hologram, you're going into different timelines to shift different patterns and shift different energies. So, as you do that, you can flush those out of your system, and just think about, what would be the best case scenario? All things resolved. Bring that scenario from the hologram and drag and drop that on yourself, on your reality. So you're bringing in a lot of solutions and possibilities towards you. And, just like a Word document or any document, if you have something in a folder, if you drag another one with the same name, it's going to ask you, do you want to replace? So you're doing that, you're bringing in solutions, and in your mind, think the hologram or your consciousness is asking you, would you like to update all these old programs and limitations and issues and challenges? Yes. So the new updates and solutions would bring you all the possibilities.
Okay.
Play it that way and see what happens.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, there are a few more hands raised. Dr. Regensberger, let's see, unmute. Are you there? I see the name on the screen, the way it shows up, Dr. Elke Regensberger. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. No? Okay, I'm gonna mute the line back and then Lakshmi, unmuted. Anybody? Or did you raise hand at some point and forgot? I see Lakshmi's iPad has hand raised. No? All right. Suzanne?
Yeah, hi, Michelle. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to give a great testimony. I think in one of our class, a couple of weeks ago, someone asked about a tooth. So last year I had a tooth infection, and they said that I had to have it removed because it was really loose. So I went to a different dentist because once you remove a tooth, you have to do either partial implant or real implant. And the partial means you have to take that tooth, the fake tooth, out every night. And then the full implant might cost a couple of thousand. So I did not like either of the solution. So I ran the Rings of Harmony. I ran the 12 Rays of the Sun. And I ran the green gel of the sun on my bottom left tooth. And yesterday, it's been a whole year. So yesterday I went to the dentist and she told me that, well, Susan, I thought that your tooth either had an infection or it has some kind of cavity, but now it's only buildup. So that means within a year, the tooth reheal itself. And so when I got out of the dentist, I went and I stick my finger in my tooth. I said, is it really like heal? And I guess it's not loose anymore. So it was really a miracle. But of course, I do all your work since 2012. So it really, I mean, it's really a miracle. I just wanted to tell you, I'm so happy because I don't have to do anything with my tooth.
All right, well, thanks for sharing. It's really great.
Yes.
All right, and those of you who were on the phone or webcast, Suzanne called about her tooth instead of having any work done on it, she was able to heal that automatically using some of the tools and energies. So that's great. Now let me take a look at. Okay, those are all the hands raised. And let me see if there are any other questions in the chat that's specific to abundance, 8.8, to this class. Deborah also mentioned you were getting very drowsy toward the end. Is that indicative of large shifts? You were not able to stay present toward the end, or was that it? Well, yeah, a lot of times when shifts happen like that, you can notice that type of sensations. It's fine. simply notice, it really depends on how your body gives you a signal. So notice that, and just tell yourself that all those shifting has created or has raised your abundance threshold, and let's move forward and continue to focus on possibilities. From Jesse, says, you're talking comforted me when I ran out of money and had to live in a van. Not much later, I got the highest paying job of my life where I was driving luxury cars and staying in 5 hotels. It's a miracle for me. Well, thanks for sharing. So make that a new standard for you so that you can create and manifest anything you desire, and allow that to get faster and faster for you as you play with all these possibilities. Really great, accomplishment. Dr. Elke, how do I feel a higher vibration? How can my pets benefit from this abundance call too? A lot of times, those who have cats, dogs, other pets, they mention that, when we do the journeys, and even if they're using headphones, the pets come and sit close to them or on their lap. So that's pretty common. When you experience the journeys, integrations, you can include your pets energetically or allow them to just simply be next to you. And, in your mind, think about they're receiving all the benefits. They get the energies right away. So, if you, I think that they will just come easily. And often I've heard feedback about that when I finish the journeys, then they leave. And, before or just when I'm getting started, then they come and sit down. So, even if you're, or even if, some were using headsets, so the pets didn't really hear anything, but energetically they can pick up. So certainly you can play that way. And how do I feel higher vibration? It really depends on how your body notices information, or, do you get, how do you notice first? Do you get a picture first? Are you more visual? Do you feel more? Do you sense more? Do you have a knowingness? Sometimes it's a mixture. So for me, immediately information will show up visually unless there is no visual translation. But then I notice with many different senses, generally the first one and the primary one that gives me the most information is visual. But a lot of times I will see something, but in my head, a word will pop up that this is coming from the Royal Star Regulus. So Regulus, the word, will show up in my mind. Sometimes the picture will show up. So in a lot of times, or generally, we notice things through multiple sensations. What I would recommend is play with things like a glass of water, a crystal, other types of objects. Ask yourself questions like, if I could see the energy field, what would it look like? Run an abundance vortex. And then when I say that, what pops up in your mind? Is that some kind of sensation, feelings? Is that a picture of an abundance vortex, a golden vortex? Whichever one is popping up first, play with that. And once you develop that sensation more, then you can expand and open up other senses. That's how I expanded my senses. And in the first, it was more visual. Then I expanded more and more. So I could hear a lot of information. I could smell a lot of information. But generally, let's say if I want to hear Regulus, then I would think about tuning into Regulus with my hearing, with my ears. If I want to smell, I would think about or focus on Regulus and focus on smell, and then I would smell the information. Otherwise, in most cases, information comes to me visually, and that's the first response that I get. So notice how that first show up for you, and then once you solidify that and play with that sense more, then you can open up the other ones more. Let's see, I'm going to stay on the line a few more minutes. There are lots of comments and everything. So, it's possible that I may have skipped some because as I'm also going back and forth, between among different systems, it's a little tricky. Let's see. From Sprice, felt a lot of congestion in my throat area, coughing. Is this with this? Sometimes it shows up that way too. So notice that, flush that out of your system, and then focus on, creating more abundance and possibilities. From, let's see, there's a question or comment about, okay, I mentioned about food and drink, any sensation around the possibility or possible benefits of drinking distilled water. So what I do is I encode all my food and water and everything. And, there are certain things that I taught in live events, and I mapped everyone's fingers and hands so that they could do some enhancement of the atomic structure and everything. Outside of that, you can run some of the tools like Rings of Harmony, run Restoring Our Abundance, run a lot of earth energy, begin to program your water, program your food with high vibration, get as better quality as possible, whatever you can find that's the best quality that you can get, that satisfies you, and then still program them, okay? All right, so let me go back to the webcast and the other line from Alex. Yep, your line's unmuted now. Hey. Okay, so the question is, for those of you who are on the other system, Alex is asking about, is it possible to access the 100% of the brain capacity, and do we believe that, or do we need to stay kind of more limited, or is that not possible? Well, what I would say, the movie Lucy pops up in my head. When you said that, and then if you have watched that movie, I think it came out a couple of years ago. The only reason I don't recommend that movie officially to anybody because they had some violent scenes, but otherwise, this is this person who opened up more and more of her brain power, and she started to be able to manipulate her looks and had telekinesis abilities and could to go back and forth and could see timelines, a lot of the things. So, we all have our brain active, but it really depends on how much we can handle. So that's why there are also different locks in process, if I want to say it that way, or let's say maybe guidelines where, once we reach a certain level of consciousness, then we can unlock the next level. So there are different levels that are part of these systems or the brain, already. And as we expand our consciousness and enhance information, we can access a lot more of that information. one of the things that happened to me many years ago, when I was playing with 12 chakras and opening up some of the higher chakras, the day I kind of felt, a lot of that energy movement and opening for the first, the major 12 chakras, immediately what happened was I started to see a lot of galactic events that I can take certain action today here on Earth, but this is how that action is going to create a ripple effect in other systems, for other planets, for other life forms. So then I, needed to see that, okay, so I want to make sure I do things in the most harmonious way. So, I do think it's possible. Can we access from this level of consciousness? Most likely not. As we progress, as we enhance our life, as we go deeper into neutrality, non-judgment, and operating from our heart space and operating from whole brain thinking. And we do things that are not necessarily about, how do I make more money or the earthly things. It's more galactic and cosmic. We are doing things for the highest benefit, and we're more aligned with our soul's vision when we do that. And that whole brain, thinking instead of the left and right hemisphere and the divisions showing up. So when we do tap into those energies, we move ahead a lot, and we can operate from those levels of consciousness. Does that make sense? Sure, you're welcome. And there's another caller, raise hand. Last 4 digits show up as 6092. I'm not sure if this is international. The numbers start with zeros. Yeah, that's you. Hi, yes, that's you. You're welcome. Well, happy birthday. It's your birthday. And so she called from Australia and expressing gratitude for all the playing we are doing together. So thank you. And let's keep exploring. Okay, bye. All right, let me take a look at the webcast and see if there are any other questions. From Donna Marie, let me see if I can summarize. You had the tools for a few years, and then you, let's see, I guess things happen. So you experienced some abuse from family members, and you lost worldly possessions, home business, etc. So little income, I guess you're working on enhancing your finances. You're now getting back on track, and you were diagnosed with certain issues or health symptoms. You love today's work and hope to recover for all the struggles that you have had to go through. Your question is that you were taught Regulus is a planet the grays come from, and not play with this energy. So I don't know what that is. You have a different spelling. What I'm talking about is the star is a royal star Regulus, and it's in the constellation of Leo. I don't think we're talking about the same thing. So yeah, we're talking about a particular star, not some planets of some beings that may or may not cause harmony. So yeah, so look at the constellation Leo, and the heart of Leo is the star Regulus. It's a different spelling, Regulus, I believe. So it's not a planet, we are talking about a particular star, okay? Thanks, that was wonderful. Let's see, a lot of you are expressing gratitude, and the replay, yes, the replay would be posted soon on the page where you accessed all the details. So I will post the audio, video, both replays, and then you can listen. And those of you who listened, if you want to watch, feel free to watch the video, and then we can play. So the main thing is really keep playing, keep exploring, and let's really look at possibilities. Let's look at bringing in a stronger flow of love, joy, harmony, abundance, and collaboration in your life. And let's really play in a major way this month, especially every day of this month. Use some of the tools, use some of the processes, and do take a look at the program about releasing a lot of the issues, limitation, lack from your enteric nervous system, and some of the internal organs where you hold on to these memories and imprints. So as we shift those, you can actually embody a stronger flow of abundance. So let's play, and let's create a lot of magic together. If you have questions, you can email support@lifeharmonized.com, and we'll do our best to get back as soon as we can. So take care, have a magical rest of your day and rest of the month. Bye.